Hi everyone, I'm Grahtles, and welcome back to the Best Start series in Satisfactory. Today I'm going to show you what I kind of did, because I did a lot of cleanup. I finished up some buildings, and I finished up milestones. But most importantly, I also upgraded the belts in masses. Like, all these belts I did on a video, the last video I did, with a massive belt upgrade. It's a little cheaty. It's a lot cheaty in some aspects. I upgraded all these belts with the Satisfactory calculator website, but if I didn't, it would have took me forever. And not because I didn't have the aluminum sheets. I could have made the aluminum sheets. By the time I went back and back and back, I would have had the aluminum sheets. I'm making plenty. It's the fact that the time it would have took would have encompassed forever, and I would have never got a video made. But that's neither here or there. And the reason it's cheaty is it doesn't use your materials. It just upgrades your belts. But I did have, like I said in that video, if you didn't check it out, check it out. If you want to upgrade a lot of belts very easily. I had an incident where is it? Where is it? Right here. These circuit boards, the bottom half of this did not connect, and neither did another belt. So what happened was it deleted my splitter on the bottom to the bus belt. And so I had no circuit boards going into my factory. So make sure you take a good look around, and don't mind me, I'm right here. There's no power. So I just fall. So I have to find power again. There's just one little spot right there on the corner where I always am. There's no power. But anyway, take a good look around after you've upgraded stuff and make sure everything is working. So anyway, I went into our milestones. Let's go ahead and take a look at that really quick. And I finished milestones number 7. So let's take a look. So tier 7, I finished all the milestones in here. So we did start out with bauxite. I got my hover pack, obviously. We did logistics 5, obviously. And all I had to do was grab the hazmat suit. That was pretty easy. And then I did control system development. So in control system development, I got the radio control units and the supercomputers. We can make assembly directors, and we get a blender now. So anyway, this is complete. I did set up and I did buy this boombox. I'm getting sidetracked here, but I bought all the tapes in here. So I'm gonna bring you back over to here. We are making a ton of tickets, by the way, because we're syncing a bunch of stuff. It doesn't look like it there, but that's because I printed them all and bought pretty much everything. Actually, let's take it all and just double check. So anyway, management, I think I still need to buy this. We'll add that to cart. That customizer, I think I have just a few things here. We'll grab those. Foundations, I believe we completed those. Walls, we completed. Architect, we completed. Equipment, we might as well buy a coffee cup. And the specials, I did get a factory cart. And I purchased the boombox and all the tapes. And now all we'll have left is our awards. So let's go ahead and check out. And we'll grab our coffee mug. There we go. And we bought pretty much, well, everything except the awards is now purchased. So we're done with the store pretty much. And there's our little factory cart. It's a lot of fun. But it gets quite loud out there because I have the music playing really loud, but that's no surprise. Anyway, I didn't show me making the supercomputers and the radio controls. Just gonna sneak through a window here. Oh, I love the sound when you bang into a window. That is great. Anyway, these are now making supercomputers. And our AI limiters are catching up. I actually had a disconnected thing over there too with the quick wire. So yeah, so it wasn't making AI limiters. That, you know, but it's fine. I fixed it. So I got 3 over here making these supercomputers. They're putting it out to our bus belt over there, but I also have 3 double storage bins that hopefully once we're making it, it backs up a little. Same thing with the radio controls. I got 3 of those. We are already filled on our bus belt, and they are now filling our storage. So yeah, that's gonna just keep running. Like I said, I didn't record this because basically I'm just pulling off the bus and putting it back on the bus. So other than that, so if you're still having trouble with that, then maybe you need to go back and watch the earlier videos about the bus belt. But I mean, honestly, it's self-explanatory. Basically putting all your items on this bus, and you can take a splitter and pull from it, and then once you're making the material, put it on a new belt and merge it back in. And so you constantly have all your parts on this belt, and you could pull it from anywhere, and it works quite nicely. It's messy sometimes. It could be neater. That's just a me thing, not a bus belt thing. But I'll tell you one thing. Having a bus belt makes everything look alive. Like things are going up and things are getting pushed around, and I just love the way it looks. Is that the AI limiters? I sure hope so. Yes, they are. Okay. Alright, so next thing. So I made the supercomputers. I'm making supercomputers. I'm making radio control units. I actually set up a fuel packaging system. I never did... Why am I still carrying a window with me? I don't know why. But anyway, I never did the jetpack. And the reason why is I didn't need it. I had the hover pack. So, and I have electric everywhere because of my trains. But anyway, we're going to quickly just make a jetpack. And I'm going to go ahead and head over to our second bit of oil and show you what I did over there. So on our way to our packaged fuel, I stopped by to show you our bauxite factory. Although I might fall because I ran out of electricity here. But anyway, this is our bauxite. And it looks quite different than what you saw at the last time. Again, these factories take some time, and you know, I want to show you how to get through the stuff. But what I like to do is I build first. And because I never know how much space it's going to take, and then I kind of build the building around it. So it kind of gives me the freedom to put things where I want them, and then it makes the shapes of the building different. And that's good. That's not a bad thing. So it's not just a strict square rectangle building. I think with the where is it? The heavy modular frames, the manufacturing area, where I made the supercomputers and the radio controls, that one was definitely more of a rectangle box. And the reason being is because I kind of set it up that way to lay out some manufacturers. With this, I didn't do that, and I let it take me wherever it took me, and this is kind of where it took me. So, yep, let's go ahead and head over to the packaged fuel. I do have to continue this train system down to it. I do not have it going all the way down there. As you can see, I put a little roundabout here, so this way I didn't have to crisscross the tracks to get this train going into the station here. But I do want to continue it, and I don't know why I still have a highlight on my map over there. But anyway, let's go ahead and head over to the packaged fuel. Alright, so this is the original area of the turbo fuel that we made. And And I actually added on to that by adding a whole nother area. We had another normal node, and we had a second normal node over here. Alright, so here's our quick, easy packaged fuel setup. Nothing crazy. I wasn't very efficient with it. I don't really use the jetpack too much. So anyway, here's our extracting our crude oil. And it's 300 per minute. I overclocked it. Then over here, I have 6 of these. It puts out 10 per minute of the heavy residue. And our fuel converter here takes 90. But I noticed it was actually backing up a little bit. So I overclocked it to 90. And it's actually working quite well. This is putting out 60 per minute. Then I came over to here. And I have the 18 per minute for the turbo. This is 22 per minute. It's nothing starving. Nothing is held back. And to be honest, again, this is working quite well. It's filling up before it needs anything. And there you go. And same with this one. No problems coming in with that. And we're making packaged turbo fuel. And to be honest, like I said, I am not really using the jetpack, but if I want to, I will put on a dimensional depot here. And here we go. This way, if I want to use the jetpack, it would be at my disposal. So there we go. We're going to hook that up. So I have 6 of the crude oil making plastic and heavy residue. The heavy residue is going into the fuel. And I do have it overclocked by 1. Over here I have the fuel and the compacted coal, which I had set up over there for the turbo fuel over there. So I have plenty of that going on. That's making turbo fuel here and here. I just have 2 of those. Anyway, then over here I have 4 of these making the canisters with the plastic and the overflow going to the sink. And then over here, I have the packager packaging the canisters and the fuel over here. And any extra turbo fuel is going to go ahead and go into the sink, as well as the canisters are going into the sink if it's overflowed. So everything is getting sunk, so this way it doesn't stop anything. And this is a great way to build up your tickets. Let me show you where I have the compacted coal for this, the turbo fuel over there, and the packaged fuel. So I just set that up over here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is going to, again, the turbo fuel and the packaged fuel. And it's coming over this way, getting split down here, going into the backs over there, as well as the backs over here. And it's only 2 of these over here, so it's not, let me show you where the turbo fuel is. So not too bad. It's working efficiently. I'm not having any problems. Everything's running smoothly. As you can see, all of these are online. And I have 22 of these to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these, and coming off of 5 of these. So not too hard to do. It's the same situation as we had over there, just half the amount. So anyway, I'm going to put in some pictures for you to take a look at so you can see the numbers. And yeah, that's how we made our packaged fuel. So here I'm just showing you, we had about 20,000, I think, production, and now we're up to 25,750. But anyway, it produces about 5,000 more power, a little bit over. So here's a little overview of our extra power. We have our 5 refineries going into our 9 refineries, giving us 21 generators. I believe you could do 22. And then we have our sink on the top to get rid of all of our poly resin. Here's a detailed view of our packaged fuel. We have 6 refineries with crude oil to plastic and heavy residue. We have one refinery facing the other way to add heavy residue to fuel. Then we have two refineries with the fuel and the compact coal turning into turbo fuel. Then we have four constructors to make the plastic into the empty canisters. Then we have two packagers that's bringing the turbo fuel and the empty canisters and making them into the packaged fuel. We also have a sink to get rid of any extra stuff we have. Those we are using smart splitters to get rid of the overflow. And then the storage, and I also put a dimensional depot on it. So anyway, I put my jetpack on, and as you can see, it's using my biofuel. And let me just show you how to switch that over. So here is our turbo fuel, and here is our biofuel. We go over to our jetpack and hit this cogwheel. We can change our, well, if it would stay there. There we go. Preferred one as that. And now we can use our turbo fuel. And turbo fuel over biofuel is insanely different. So, yeah, if you're like, oh, what's the difference? Well, turbo fuel gives you a much bigger boost, and it fills up, and biofuel is terrible. So yeah, let me show you something actually. Let's eat something because I'll probably hurt myself. So let's go, and there we go. All right, so I'm just gonna hold down our turbo fuel, and there we go. We ran out. I'm gonna drop. Boom. All right, let's eat again. And let's do our biofuel. I'm going to go back over to here, select that. And then we're going to get out. That's the difference between biofuel, solid biofuel, and turbo fuel. I mean, you literally don't even go high enough to hurt yourself. Like, this is, yeah, that's it. So anyway, that's how you change over to biofuel, from biofuel to packaged turbo fuel. And yeah, you can definitely do a lot more. If you run, jump, and just tap on your space bar, you can definitely get further and go faster. But anyway, let's move on. All right, so we are back at the hub. Tier 7 we completed. Tier 8, I can complete these pretty much now. But anyway, the next episode we're going to work on fused modular frames, cooling systems, well extraction, resource wells. I'll show you all about those good things, the nitrogen gas. It's so much stuff to go over. Heat sinks. We're going to be producing a lot of this stuff. And yeah, it's going to get a little crazy, but hold on tight. We're going to get through it. But it's a lot more going on now. So yeah, so we're going to unlock the drones, and then we're going to do advanced aluminum production. And then probably the leading production after that, particle enrichment, and then finally nuclear power and phase 4. So yeah, we got a lot going on over the next couple episodes. And if you like my content and you want to see more, like, subscribe, comment, share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.